We celebrate AI breakthroughs, but we rarely talk about how the underlying infrastructure arms race is quietly eroding hardware affordability for everyone else, with affordability being a big buzzword right now. We're looking at why things cost more and why food costs more and housing costs more and automobiles cost more, things like that. Well, it's things like this where there seems to be no rhyme and reason in terms of why there's demand on something that's not needed now. You got to remember they're buying ahead of the demand. The infrastructure that they're betting on is infrastructure that they feel they're going to need to capture a market that's going to show up in a year or two. What if that market never shows up? The money's going to be wasted. They're going to be hurt as a company. But the consumers, the people who are buying in the space, are the ones who are going to be hurt initially. And so, in essence, you're paying the price for somebody else's strategic decision and someone else's strategic decision to do risk. And so the private equity guys and all those folks are in there now buying up the capacity without real kind of rhyme or reason or understanding how that's going to affect the marketplace. And by the way, it's not only chips, but power, water, things like that, things that data centers use a lot of. And so if you're building that kind of infrastructure, power consumption is going to go way up. AI is a huge consumer of power, as we talked about here in the show. And that's going to cause the price of electricity to go up for the rank and file, people who live, in the same service areas as the data centers, which I do, living in Northern Virginia. That price is going to be passed on to you. And I think there can be some regulations to control how much they can raise the price. But at the end of the day, they're not going to take a loss on producing power. And if there's more demand from the AI data centers, then they're going to charge more. That's just the way it goes. So we're externalizing the cost of AI progress to the rank and file user who now pays much more for the same memory storage and CPUs they bought a few years ago. Go on the internet and do a search on, price of memory 2 years ago and price of memory now, or price of GPUs 2 years ago and the price of GPUs now, or CPUs now even. There's a significant price hike and that's occurred.